Hello guys, my name's Purple Splice 87 and today I'm trying to make this an under 10-minute video just because I'm doing the Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared timeline. Now, the timeline of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared isn't something to mess around with. It's a gentle subject, and I'm just gonna say it. First off, it starts as Roy. Roy is Yellow Guy's dad, and Roy plans to make a TV show, but ends up, he ends up corrupting it. Sorry, my nose is really stuffy. It's like, if you live in Maine, all the mornings are always so clogged up. I'm sorry if I kind of just feel, if I sound, a bit like this. I'll try to talk a bit more. Just give me a break. And Roy goes on to, get his son and another couple of his son's friends and move them into the show and brainwash them first with the part of the creative song. It's been a couple of months since they've been brought into the house, and they all pretty much get brainwashed to, they're kind of being manipulated to do what ended up being not being creative again, and boom. And it's still June 19th, because it's a whole entire thing that I need to cover a bit more later. But right now, all I need to do is I need to say this. After Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared 1, it's been like a day or two or whatever, and they have been pushed into another subject. They're sitting down, watching the TV. There's always time for a song. And it brings them through a bunch of stuff, and soon enough it starts corrupting with a bunch of creepy lessons, and then it ends up rotting them and themselves and their souls until they become nothing but an example. They've been manipulated and they've been controlled. Now, sorry guys, just my nose. Don't hate me. It happens to a lot of people all around the world when it's morning time. The air's so clogged up and just, try not to do that again. I'll just, now, let's use the example, not for Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared 3, but let's go to Roy's house basement, where Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, Help 1, 2, and 3 in the VHS DVD thing was out. Well, what happened, oh god, that was creepy. What happened was, they moved them out of the house, and they had to get that amount of money, and if they didn't, they would all die. But let's say that was imagining of what would happen. So when they died, when they technically died. They had been brought back to life with the movie magic, and they had actually been controlled and had been put back together, and they had been stored back and had been brought to the fresh air because they got the money that they needed, that Roy needed to spend off and make more, like, outside stuff. If you understand what I'm saying, it's kind of like, they're kind of like students. Pretty much, they're students in a school of death. They're students in a manipulative school of death that's being recorded by his own father and is now being controlled and just, And this has been long awaited, right? You guys have been looking forward to this? Well, you got it now. So what happens is, so Yellow Guy's sitting down at the picnic, and Yellow Guy sees a little baby butterfly or pigeon or whatever with a pesky bee. He runs off sad and crying and hops onto a tree. Then another one comes by. Have you ever wondered why we're here? What's it all about? You've no idea. And just goes on. And it ends up just being a call where religion has to surround around love in every way. That's not correct. That's not okay. Religion does not always have to surround around love, and love does not always have to surround around religion. So he ends up going back to the real world with that weird thing, Father, pesky bee, or something like that, Moves on to the credits. Have you noticed that Roy's always on the kickbacker starter list? Because technically Roy is a kickbacker starter or whatever, because he was there to fund the money. He's the creator, pretty much, of the show. So that's why he would be there. Let's move on to the fourth. Computer manipulative red guy finds out that he can make a show with his own budget and with his own money. His head explodes. He gets out of there, and all the other guys are brainwashed like usual. Sorry, there's just some work going on downstairs. Let's move on. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared 5. Something's wrong, something's missing. The food comes to life. The duck's been interrupted as he finally realizes what's happening. He's trying to get out of it. The duck guy has been, he runs out of the room. I can't take this anymore. You can see Roy up in the corner. Then now he's in a hospital bed. He's looking around. He sees TVs with his friend on it. Food groups can be easily sorted by this simple health shape. Cigarettes are on the health shape. Who gives a damn? It's Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Move on. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Or actually, go back a bit. I moved on a bit too quickly. Duck gets cut open, and his friend is being forced to eat him, and then he finally realizes what happens. Also, Red Guy's been calling all of them all through the episode to try to tell them what's really going on. Yellow Guy finally realizes it. Let's move on to Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. 6. The last Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared one. And from what I know is, Yellow Guy feels remorse for what he did. He's really sad. He says goodnight to the empty beds. That's really sad. That's depressing. And then the lamp comes to life, and he smacks him down because he doesn't want to listen to this. He finally realizes what's happening, and then he gets into the song, and then he gets drowned in oil, and Roy's watching him in animated style or in 3D, watching through the window, watching through the phone booth, watching through his own head. He's inside of his own head. And pretty much we go to a cutscene of Red Guy way after, and he's in an office job. Boring. Really, really boring. And he misses his friends and he... Wait, no. No, I'm getting this wrong. This was before. That office job was a flashback to when he had an idea to make a perfect kid show, showed it to his boss, he was denied, showed it to a couple of friends, denied. Then he went on the big stage and Roy was in the back, Kickstarter backer. He was there and he brought Red Guy, but finally he realizes that he's been manipulated, turned into something he's not. He had original intentions that were crushed and were thrown in the garbage by big businesses and people like Roy. He finally is able to get back into there, try to shut off the thing and the big machine. Roy reaches out his hand, then looks back. He walks over, holds the plug. I wonder what will happen. Finally, June 19th is over. Now here's the thing where I explain June 19th. Why June 19th was all of that is because it's on a website called It's Nice That. The only words that Roy's ever spoken was, my boy's eyes have grown arrogant and rude. For that, I will take him to a trip to Punishland. That started at the beginning of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. That words right at the beginning. And in his respect, June 19th, Father's Day, is always a reminder that he's always in control. That Roy's always the mastermind. Finally, after that, it turns June 20th. Roy's influence on everything has faded away. They're back to normal. They do all the lessons and even more good. They move out of Roy's house after that and go into Clay Hill. Everything seems fine until the mayor goes missing. Something always gotta go wrong. And Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.